So welcome back to our channel, guys, and today we'll be discussing how Chelsea would be lining up in our next season, that is 23 and 24 season. First of all, there is a new manager in the team, and his name is Mauricio Pochettino. Mauricio Pochettino used to be a manager of Tottenham Hotspurs previously, but now he is signed with Chelsea, and we'll be discussing each and every aspect of our team. So first of all, as you all know, there are many big players who have been going outside the club. And first of all, Kai Havertz, who has just moved to Arsenal from Chelsea. His main contribution in Chelsea was when he scored the winning goal of our Champions League campaign, which was against Manchester City, and it was one of the amazing goals that in our Chelsea history. All right, so let's move on from here. From Kai Havertz, we have got a fantastic new striker, just 21 years young. His name is Jackson, and he has been playing in Villarreal, which is a Spanish side, and he is very athletic. He has very huge height. He has a very nice ball control, and he's very athletic as well. Along with that, he has strong personality. He fights the ball very well, which we needed at the top of the line. Along with that, we have Mudryk. He would be playing in the left wing, and as we all know, we had seen the glimpses of him in our last season. Obviously, Pochettino would be working alongside him, and he would be creating a beast out of him. Trust me. In our near future, he will be the only player in our Premier League which will be getting at least double-digit assist. All right, and the most exciting player that and the player I'm most excited about for the season would be Christopher Nkunku. He has just been transferred from German side RB Leipzig, and he had a fantastic career over there. Before that, he used to play for Paris Saint-Germain, and he's a French national. He has played alongside Mbappe, and who's one of the biggest talent in world football in this century. And in the right wing, there is Madueke, and he has been fantastic one-on-one alongside any opposition. And so I'm really excited about the wings, because when we consider our wings, in our defensive wings also we have Chilwell and Reece James, who we all know how attack-minded both of them are. So I would expect Chilwell to make runs along with Madueke on the wing side, which would be giving them ample spaces, both of our wingers, to take on the defender, or either give a nice perfect crosses to Jackson, and he would be converting with them with the excellent headers and all. So I think Mauricio Pochettino has one of the main X factor in our team would be Enzo Fernandez, guys. Enzo Fernandez would be the guy who would be switching the game from mid to attack, and the ball control of Enzo Fernandez is absolutely out of this world, and the distribution of Enzo Fernandez is also pinpoint accurate. And I really believe that Enzo Fernandez is the only player who is capable of converting Chelsea from normal mid-table to title contenders in this season. So if I had to put my stakes on only one player out of this team, it would be Enzo Fernandez, because he's just 21 years young, and we have spent around 100 or 120 pounds, something like that. And future is very bright with Enzo Fernandez. That's all I'm going to say. And along with that, so I think Chelsea would be playing first of all with 4-2-3-1, such a 4-2-3-1 formation, and we would be having 4 defenders, 2 defensive midfielders, 3 attacking midfielders, along with a striker. So, as you all know, that Chelsea has had very bad strikers in recent years, as we all know, like Fernando Torres and all of that. But I really believe Jackson would be a key striker in our season. But I think Chelsea are not title contenders as of now, because the confidence of the team is very low at this moment, because the last season we all saw how badly the season had gone. And in order for Chelsea to be title contenders, I think a strong striker is still needed, and I think Harry Kane is what would fit perfectly here. because Pochettino has already worked with Kane. He knows the dynamics of the player, he knows the strengths, how to use him perfectly. And recently, also last year, he scored somewhat around 30 goals, and it has been one of his highest scoring tally in the season. But Haaland obviously scored 36 goals. I mean, the numbers are phenomenal on that guy. But unfortunately, Kane didn't win Golden Boot, but it doesn't matter because he's really one of the great strikers. So, anyways, coming back to our defensive line, we have first of all Chilwell on our left back, and Chilwell is very, very, very amazing defender when it comes to making attacking runs and creating spaces behind the enemy lines and putting the crosses in the box. He has like perfect crossing ability. And along with that, we have Reece James, and we all know how much Reece James love our Chelsea. And Reece James is the one of the few players who were Chelsea academy players and who's still on the team. So I have really massive respect for Reece James. And Reece James is our second X factor of our team after Enzo Fernandez, obviously. And I have huge expectations from Reece James for this season. Along with these wing backs, I think Fofana would be starting because Fofana is obviously an amazing player. He has nice ball control. He can win aerial battles really well. And despite of the fact that he did not play a whole lot of the games last season, I still believe Fofana would be starting alongside Colwill or Badiashile. But I really believe Colwill should be getting a start because he had an amazing season in Brighton, and I just believe that Chelsea need to give some time and energy to the young talents, along with the, as we have been giving so much of our resources to the older players. I think it's time to get back and give some energy and time to our young players. Like we all know, Ruben Loftus-Cheek has also left Chelsea, and a whole lot of players are leaving Chelsea who were academy players. And I just believe, as Colwill was also an academy player, he should also getting a chance. And again, we would be starting with keeper Arrizabalaga, and I have mixed feelings about that because I really like Mendy, because when we won the last UCL, Mendy was one of the X factors because of which we won the Champions League. So this is why I believe that Mendy should have been stayed with Chelsea a little longer. But as you all know, keeper Arrizabalaga also came with a price tag of 70 million. So I have mixed feelings about this season because I just believe that Arrizabalaga would be the one who would be making an error, and it would be costing us huge amount of points somewhere along the line in the season, because he is good but he's not that good. You cannot rely on Arrizabalaga. That's what I feel. Anyways, the last position that we would be discussing is Caicedo. Because Caicedo is currently not a Chelsea player, but I still put him in our squad because I believe he would be coming to Chelsea, as it is his dream move, and he has had his time at Brighton completed. So that's why I believe that Caicedo need to move on to new challenges, and that's why I think he would be moving to Chelsea. And he's perfect in winning the ball, transferring the ball, making use of his body as a strength pillar. So that's why I believe Caicedo should be starting. So after discussing the main formation, let's see how there would be defensive and attacking changes throughout the field. Alright guys, so I think when Chelsea would be defending, it would be defending in numbers, and there would be very little spaces between the lines and the players, so as to make the opposition work. Suppose the ball is on the left wing right here, so the only way that opposition can get into the goal would be either to switch the play or to move back and create a whole game out of their D. So this is how I believe that Chelsea would be defending. It would be a normal 4-4-1-1 situation, and wing back would be covering the spaces, the defending lines, as we have young wing backs, so I do not think that would be a concern running up and down the pitch. And obviously we have four reliable of these four defenders here who would be making the most out of the attacks. And in counter attacks, I would say that Jackson would be up ahead, so Enzo Fernandez would be the X factor to provide the ball to Jackson. Either this, or I think Enzo Fernandez would be giving the ball to Nkunku, and he would be the one who would be crossing the lines, breaking the lines, breaking the defense, and then moving forward. So this is how I believe Chelsea could move on with the season. But I strongly disbelieve that Chelsea would be title contenders next season. Although it would be realistic timeline to see they would be winning title in the next season. So I just believe Chelsea need a season to transition to new manager. And this season I do not expect to be honestly to win the title, but the least I could expect from Mauricio Pochettino is to be in the top four, because this is the standard of Chelsea. This is why Chelsea have been a big club. And obviously in his first interview also, Mauricio Pochettino wasn't afraid to say that Chelsea was the biggest club in the last 10 to 15 years of Chelsea history. So this is why I believe that Chelsea could really go on and win the Champions League. But it would take at least a season for transition to happen. So do let me know how do you find this prediction and the lineup and the tactics. And if you have any suggestions or any of the tactics that you would like to change, then please drop down in the comments and let's have a chat about that. I hope you did enjoy the video. This is first of many videos that I would be doing about football in my channel. So I hope you do appreciate this, and see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.